In the heart of the rainforest, a song rings out through the trees. Whispers, carried on the wind, leads us further in, ever closer to the ancient elven bastion. Soon, we shall dock in Mythiline, Lishiro's blessing. Home to the forest elves of Oscana, Mythiline is a wondrous natural vision of cooperation. Lively and vibrant, the city seems as though it grew from bark, vine, and stone rather than shaped by any mortal hand. We shall find more than mere vistas there, my friends, much, much more. The Franciscan rangers and their biting axes that whistle through the air, mighty magics from the Elden days, and so much more. Can you hear it, my friend? Mythiline calls. Will you heed its summons?
You'll see him soon with Augie.
With that, we're live. Hi, everyone. Vague threats. As we begin the little bit of chaos of the unknown after the loss of a character. Last we left off, there was, well, a fight with three manticores, mainly between three manticores, followed by the party attempting to fight a troll. There was a trap set. Things went wrong and happened. And as the light faded from Lethvagi's eyes and the troll slightly smoked in the corner, we re-arrive back in the dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Are we still in initiative?
Perfect. No, not currently. There's nothing around you that seems fight-worthy, and your compatriot stopped breathing at death save ago.
I'll just kind of nudge him with my foot, like, haha, very funny, you can wake up now. I'll turn and look at Mentaurus. He's not waking up. I don't think this is a prank.
I'm gonna wander down.
Alright, you wander down that way easily enough, finding yourself looking at the crispy body of a troll very near to a very troll-rended Lethvagi. You can see, it didn't seem to affect most of his armor, but underneath of it you can see where it caught him around the throat a few places, probably a few major arteries there. There's quite a bit of blood.
I'm gonna kneel down and be like, Lethvagi, I have some fried rat for you. No response? Right.
Is there, like, did I notice there was, like, an altar in this temple? Or anything?
Like
the...
the temple proper, let's see here. Go back down into it. You would guess that that would probably have been the main area at the back of the room, that kind of little outset cutout. There's not a lot left back there, but that would have been a main sort of staging area for the...
Like, down here?
Point buttons, yeah, right around it.
There.
yeah, kind of where all of those fellows are, which, while you're possibly giving them a second look, would you like to make a history check for me?
Sure. I'd love a break from the trauma. 6?
Looks like a pretty rough bunch. The monsters all look fairly, like they were in the middle of fighting. It's weird. You see, there's definitely a couple of goblins in a line, and some humans, and something's really familiar about the outfits that they're wearing, but you can't place it. Maybe it's because they're made of stone, no collars.
I mean, if I don't know anything about his mistress, but if she's in the business of miracles, do we want to put him over there and maybe she can? I don't. I'm not good at this cleric stuff. I don't actually know what to do.
Yeah, right. Well, we could try. I mean, you're not good at this cleric stuff. Does that mean you have a god? Do you follow a god?
It's complicated. I could try and heal him, but I don't think it would help. Usually, that kind of thing works when people are breathing and stuff.
Can't really.
I mean, I can try. It doesn't hurt. It won't hurt. I don't know.
He was an arse. Like, he was arrogant, right?
I know lots of
And
ass. He doesn't mean he needs to die. It also.
I don't really want an audience member having an accident again. I'd really rather we tried to fix it. We could try. I'm up for trying.
I should try and heal him. I can do that. What do I got? The cure wounds from last time that didn't help me. I'll just give him a first level cure wounds. See what happens. If he heals 5.
He does not appear to heal. You do see the few marks that the armor took seem to seal up when you do that, but Lethvagi himself does not move.
Right. That's all I have. Does he have holy symbols on him at all?
Are you looting the corpse to find out?
I guess, yeah. Not with the intention of stealing, though.
Dare you?
With the intention of. Are there any? I'll explain myself.
Can you make an investigation check?
Ooh, that's a natural 1 for a 5.
How easy is your holy symbol to find?
So, I have one tattooed on the side of my skull, and I have a cat and nine tails, the weapon you saw me try to flagellate myself with. You don't find anything else.
Right, I'll take the whip and kind of like set it on his chest, like kind of put his hands on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe his goddess really likes him or something. Maybe he caused enough pain that she'll. This really isn't my strong suit.
I don't really deal with deities. I mean, I have a boss lady.
Like a god boss lady or like a person boss lady?
Bit of both, depending on who you ask. Right. So we 2 plans.
Okay.
We either try and piss off a deity enough, a god, so they can come down and be like, right, we'll heal him up, leave us alone. Or we try and find a really, really powerful holy person above ground, and we convince them that Lethargy will pay them whatever they want to make him alive again. But one is leaving the dungeon, and the other one is yelling at gods.
I mean, I'm probably better suited for yelling at gods. You're probably better suited for convincing someone to heal him.
I mean, he's dead. We could try both. he's not going to go anywhere.
It's true. Did I ever learn the name of his goddess? Or did you only refer to it as your mistress the whole time? Did I write that down?
I want to say you said it aloud last episode.
Didn't write it down.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just wrote Lethargy dead. Not very
Important notes.
Well, you can make yourself a religion check if you'd like to try to kind of place it.
I do have important notes. I wrote Hall of the Bone Throne in parentheses LOL. But yes, I'll roll religion. 7.
You remember him calling her the Mistress of Pain at some point under his breath. You think he was muttering to himself?
Okay.
Probably a title of hers.
I'll just she'll kind of like put her hands together and like screw her eyes up. And like, hey, Mistress of Pain. I don't know if you're keeping an eye on like your kind of older residences. I know this one's kind of been empty for a while, but he tried really hard to get it back for you, and there was an accident. There were some ball bearings. They were his ball bearings, and they stepped on his own ball bearings. We're not going to bring it up to him. We might bring it up to him after if you bring him back, because it would be a little funny. But the point is, sorry, I'll get to the point. He's dead, and I'm guessing, I don't know him very well, but I'm guessing he could do some really good work in your name. He seemed really into pain and stuff, like probably a really good disciple. So like if you wanted to bring him back, I think that'd be pretty swell. But like you're a goddess, and I can't tell you what to do because I'm just a mortal. But I'm just like, if you're taking requests, okay, thanks, bye.
Would you like to roll me a D100?
Sure.
If I come back as a gnome, Lethargy's going to be very upset.
Don't forget, everyone, reincarnation is a cheaper option than true resurrection.
How do you make Google roll a D100?
You can do it on D&D Beyond if you click on
can I?
Yeah, the dice in the bottom left-hand corner.
Oh, yeah. D100. To everyone, roll. 87.
There's a brief moment where you do feel a connection to something out there. There's an edge to it. It's like somebody purring in your ear, but it's not quite a voice. You only managed to catch one phrase out of it. It seems to be something along the lines of, yes, cry over him.
Oh, well, now I'm uncomfortable.
How'd it go? What happened?
I think the goddess of pain is enjoying that we're struggling more than she enjoyed his presence as a person. I don't think that worked. Maybe he wasn't such a good cleric after all. I mean, we knew him a day. Has it only been one day? I haven't seen the sun in a few hours.
I do believe it has only been one day. You haven't... I think we long rested maybe once, so it's maybe a day and a half in at this point. Floor 1.
That's embarrassing. He died on the first day. I don't say that out loud. But Kuro's definitely thinking it.
That's fair.
So, The issue we have is we don't know the person we're looking for that he hired us to look for. He didn't tell us anything defining.
So
So we'd have to bin that off if we left him dead, or we. I could try something, but I don't know if it would work. Probably wouldn't.
I mean,
But-
everything I've done so far
Yeah.
hasn't worked. So it's your turn to do something that doesn't work.
Okay. Katie.
Yes,
You know my backstory.
I do.
Um. So it's not technically a cleric thing, and it is whether or not you want me, whether or not there would be a role involved,
Hmm.
or what you think would be applicable. But technically, Nantaris views it that they're an audience member, and therefore this shouldn't have happened because reasons.
Hmm.
So, as a warlock, I don't know how much my patron's looking at me.
Hmm.
So I effectively want to try and draw their attention and be like, "Hey, look, this happened. It's an accident. I'm really sorry. Fix it."
All right.
Mom, fix it.
Generally, with talking to gods, I like to roll a d100, find out first if it's, a god or a being that the individual themselves is familiar with, which I know that you are. So if you want to roll a d100, you have a slightly better chance than somebody not as familiar with that particular entity.
So I'm going to go through a whole long spiel because I am a storyteller. What?
I look forward to hearing the version, the Nantaris version.
So, Kuro, you watch as Nantaris kind of pulls out a tiny little stool and his pipe and his minor stove, so it's relatively warm now. Kuro, please just indulge me on this.
All right.
Thank
You're not
you.
gonna do anything weird, are you?
I'm going to tell a story. And
Now?
audience participation is advised.
Is it
So
required?
oohs and ahs, when you think it's appropriate, would be nice.
Okay.
Okay, so let me find the. I wrote the name down. Our story begins roughly 24 hours ago, where we gathered in a tavern and we decided, for whatever reasons, we would go on a wonderful adventure. Now, this is
Are
where
you
things.
telling me the story of how we met? Because I was there.
There is a reason for this. This.
All right. You said to participate.
I did. You're not wrong. Zabilna, darling, basically I have an audience now, and while I'm not technically affiliated with your patronage, I am still technically, as per our conversations with why I'm here, under the guise that I need to make sure they're okay and they're safe, and unfortunately this idiot or audience member decided to fight a troll, much against my advice. So this is what happened, and he's going to do a very exaggerated but abbreviated version of the last 24 hours.
Burrow's gonna laugh extra hard while he falls on the ball bearings.
Oh.
Oh, you see, Kuro, there was this point, and Zabina, darling, there was this point where he decided to skate on ball bearings, legs akimbo under this garroted wire he'd made. It failed. He landed on his
Ball
back.
bearings there! You didn't know they were there.
I know. You'd have thought for someone of his intelligence he'd remember where he put his balls,
He put
but
his own
apparently
ball
he
bearings.
didn't.
Oh, it's so funny.
So yes, I'm going to ask very politely, Sibilna, if you would ever so kindly make this audience member get back up on their feet, or at least to a point where we could get them back up on their feet, so they can carry on watching the show I've decided to put on for them.
All right. As you hear, oddly, and Crow, you hear a little too, the sound of slight carnival music playing somewhere. It's a little creepy. Would you like to roll a D100?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I gotta. You feel almost a pat on the head, a bit of
Aw.
understanding, and also an understanding of yourself that while this is maybe not beyond your patron, it's not something she's going to show up in person for, which it would require.
She liked the story, but I don't think she's going to appear. So what do? We could loot him, or we could just put him in a bag and find a cleric.
I think we've done everything we can. So we can't. If anyone asked, we didn't just jump to looting him. We tried to talk to 2 different gods. We tried to heal him. We thought maybe it was a prank. That one didn't last very long. But I think we're within our rights to loot him now.
Then
For our own, so he could have something we could use
Oh,
going
yes.
forward.
Let's do it respect. So what I suggest is we loot him bar his clothes, because obviously
That'd be weird.
I don't want to see the rest of the scars. We leave the Cat of Nine Tails, and did you find any artifacts?
I don't think so. It's just that ring. I don't
Is
remember.
insofar as outward appearances, Lefagi is wearing a ring, some underrobes, some armor, his weapon, probably a backpack.
Do we leave him in the temple, or do we see if there's like a crypt for the people of the order?
I mean, we're already here. We could look.
We'll leave his body in the temple for now, because it's not going to go anywhere, and it's relatively respectful.
Yeah.
Okay, and then should we explore the corridor just in case there's something down there that we could put him in?
Sure. Look at him go. He's very fast for a dead person.
I know.
Just depositing him. So, you do know that further down the corridor there is one room filled with meat set out on tables. There's also a
that's
few
right.
corridor directions from there as well.
But we can check out that room later. Do we want to go the downest way?
I'd say the downest way first. I think it's parallel to the temple, maybe.
Just see what's down there.
All right. As you make your way down here, hit the wrong button again. There is a corridor that leads to a very open sort of area. More tables stacked with more meat and various things on them, as well as a shut door at the end of the corridor, facing southward.
I'll be honest with you. If we do get in another fight, I don't have any more spells to heal with.
I do.
Oh, okay.
So I can keep you up and I can keep distance, so you should be okay.
All right, let's go look at the door.
I hope. Come on, Jebediah.
How's Jeb do? How's Jeb looking?
Pretty dry. You figure he's got maybe half an hour before he suffocates of air.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm gonna badly blow on the flute to make all the water dribble out and just kind of bathe him a bit to get him a bit wetter.
He seems slightly hydrated. All right. Looking at the door itself, it looks to be a normal door, no visible lock that you can see. There's a handle.
Is it unlocked? I'm not like opening the door. I'm just trying the handle right now.
The handle seems to turn.
I will check for traps. Is that? It is the check for trap stat.
Investigation.
16.
It does not appear to be trapped, but with the minor amount of weight that you put on the door to just kind of push it in just a little bit to see between the cracks, see if there's any wires or anything. Definitely not trapped, but there is something heavy on the other side of the door.
Okay.
It seems like it might take a decent shove to get past it.
I'll do my best at a decent shove. Get it open.
Athletics or strength, if you'd like.
21.
Strong.
I never play strong characters. This is weird.
Hey, you push it open without a problem. Looking into this room, it appears to have once been another feast hall, like similar ones. Filled again with bits of meat, though these ones seem to be slightly more rotted than the rest. And leaning up against the door, you see a body. Glancing down at it, appears to be currently unconscious. And Rob, could you describe yourself?
See a very large bugbear who is wearing kind of slightly kind of plated arms, armor with the bands that cross his otherwise bare chest. He's wearing tight strapped kind of leggings with a kind of cloth skirt. He's quite brightly coloured. There are purples, greens, blues, and reds. He's wearing a circlet around his head with 5 different coloured jewels on it. He's got a very ornately carved glaive lying at his feet, and there's also quite a large book kind of bound to his side.
Ah, there's a guy. Kill him.
Is currently breathing.
I don't kill him.
I mean, whatever you want to do, but is currently breathing, just unconscious. You're not quite sure which of the monsters around here might have chased, attacked, or if he was just being stored in here for extra food.
Does he look injured?
Fairly.
There's a guy napping in here.
Are you sure he's napping? He's not dead. Like we thought.
No, he's breathing.
Okay. Have you poked him?
I poke him.
You wake up.
Oh, he's not napping anymore.
Hey, who? What? Another dungeon.
Good morning.
Who are you?
Ah, who are you?
Maybe I'm Park. No, Donald. No. Onze Nahut. No. Oh, Nurgin the Mad.
Nurkin the Mad.
Nurgin the Mad. Yes, probably this time. I think so this time.
Okay. I'm
Feels
Kuro.
right.
I love that for you. I'm Kuro, the slightly sleepy, and this is my friend.
Hi, I'm Lithvargi. How are you doing?
Vargi.
Yes.
Interesting name.
Don't ask him how to spell it.
When am I?
You're in a dungeon.
The year is roughly 1497.
It's 1497.
Right. Very good. I'm assuming you're the ones I'm supposed to help. Do you need help?
I mean, you wouldn't be in the business of bringing back dead things, would you? That's the help we're needing right now.
Dead things bringing.
People,
No,
but
I
he'd
don't.
probably be
don't-
pissed off if I come with him.
I don't think so.
Then no, we don't really need help right now. We're just kind of looking around, looking for a respectful place to put a body. And I don't think a dining room is it.
Probably not. Have you?
We didn't make the body,
Have you
in
tried-
case you're wondering.
I wasn't really concerned. Tried burying it.
I mean, that's a lot of work. And we're already in a temple, so I feel like they have pre-dug spots for the
Oh,
worshippers, you know?
Sarcophagi.
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah, something like that.
I mean,
Also, I didn't bring a shovel.
oh, I might have.
So I guess we could use help digging a grave if you wanted to. Lend your shovel to the cause if we can't. All we've been finding are dining rooms. These people must really like to eat.
Food is excellent, but this stuff doesn't smell too good.
No.
We not
Curious
have
to know
any-
who's putting it here, though.
Is it not concerning that we've got all of these dining rooms and we've got no kitchens?
Right. I mean, we haven't finished looking around yet. I assume there are also bathrooms here somewhere, but we haven't come across any of those. Maybe sleeping quarters, ping pong room. That's not a requirement, though.
I mean, I'm more than happy to help, but you said 1497.
Last I checked.
Okay. Where are we?
We're
You
here.
are. It's not wrong. And the Temple of the Mad, or the, what is this place? The Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Oh, we're in favor. Right. Yes. Right. I'm with you. And I'm going to kind of.
Where were you last time you knew where you were? And when?
I mean, it's all been quite a lot of hues, colours, changing sceneries. You know how the flavour of time? It was sweet.
So it was like spring wherever you were, or?
Spring tends to be a bit more umami.
Right. Love that. We're gonna go keep looking around. If you want to come with us,
Well,
are you
I-
trying to get out? We could show you to how we came in. We
mean,
actually
not-
did a kind of a roundabout way of doing it. But
Being versatile is always important for you adventurer types. I'm assuming I'm usually when I come to these places, the first people I meet are the ones I'm supposed to help. So I'm if it's okay with you, I'm just going to follow you around until you need me, and then we'll see what we can do.
does he have like a pack on him? Like, do you have
He's got a
supplies?
pack and
Okay.
I've got a pack and a glaive.
Like, so you've got like your own food more than
Yes.
5 days.
10 days.
Great.
Do you have a barrel?
Yeah, how much water do you got on you right now? That's something we could use help with.
I've got a water skin. Oh, for the sea creature you have.
Yes.
Let me have a look. Do, 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 do. Mm. He's gonna take the book, like unclip the book from his side and start kind of rifling through the pages.
I'm gonna kind of like eye contact with Antares, like kind of check, like, what are you thinking about this guy? What's the vibe?
Vibe check.
Yeah. Yes. Not the craziest person we've traveled with. Probably. Any water?
No, sorry. No
That's all right.
water or vessels to hold it in. I have a water skin, as I said, but it is not big enough for your eight-legged friend.
Well, we tried.
We'll just have to keep him around until he passes on, and then hey, we'll get fresh food tonight, so it's fine. Like,
We'll cover the octopus's ears.
Gonna eat this intelligent creature. Oh boy.
We won't be intelligent at that point.
Not anymore. Then again, neither is Lethvagi. You could also have him. So.
Very, very sinewy.
I don't think it tastes good.
Probably not.
shall we go exploring?
Yeah, I think that other dining room had doors in it.
You know, pick up his spear and his glaive and follow you.
There are 2 hallways which extend from this dining room. A quick glance down either of them shows you a kind of a, not quite a cave-in section. It almost looks like building rubble. And there is a small wooden sign planted out front of the rubble that says, "Apologies for the mess, under construction."
All right, well, we don't have to go that way.
I would like to investigate that section.
Go ahead.
Is it that way? There we go. Come on, Jebediah.
Oh, they're both under construction.
They both do
So
appear to be.
here-
There is a door there. It is made of green wood. Mounted on the front of the door is a cast iron carving of a smiling bearded face.
I'm gonna look at Nurgan and go, what are you good at?
Me, many things.
Like, what are you the best at? What is your most marketable skills?
Well, I think that it depends on what really fate has in store. There are times when, if I'm supposed to succeed, I succeed, and if I'm not, I'm not. And the wheel of time moves, the fates decide which way the wind blows, and it brought me to you. And if there are things you need me to do, I'm sure I will do admirably at them. But if you are talking about more worldly skills, I am apt with my glaive. I know my way around some of the arcane arts. I'm pretty good at seeing and understanding what's around me and what might be around me and what was where I am. Sometimes.
Would you like to take a look at this door and maybe with your arcane knowledge, see what kind of thing what we're working with?
Yeah, of course. Looks to be a door made out of wood, carving of a face.
Do you think it's magical? Do you?
Oh, well, if you give me 10 minutes, I can tell you for certain if it's magical.
Sure.
Or are you wanting something a bit quicker?
I mean, ideally, but it looks like Lethagi's gonna kick around in this rubble for a little bit, so we've got a
Yeah.
little time.
Fine. I will cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay.
I'm going to investigate some brick.
You go for that. You can make an investigation check. Let me know which hallway you're checking.
I'm checking the one up by the door.
Very similar to the other hallway, it appears to not have been caved in, but maybe to be in the process of being built. Actually, looking at it, you think the two might be meant to join up eventually, creating a little corner piece of a hallway. Maybe this dungeon was under construction? That sign at the other rubble is new. Looking at it, the wood hasn't aged, and it's been down here for a while, and even these stone tables have worn down. Lethvagi, the door is not magical.
Again.
Sorry.
I think it's just a door.
Right. Is this normal door locked? I will test and see if it is locked.
It is not locked.
I will check it for traps.
Alright.
10?
Does not appear to be trapped.
Sick. Let's open it.
Okay. You open it, and you find yourself looking in a broom closet. There's a broom up against
lame.
the wall. There's a basic stone floor in there. Looks like maybe a shelf with a may or may not be cleaning supplies on it in the back.
Is there any magic within this room?
The floor is magical.
Is the
The
floor,
floor?
that we were on magical? Or
Nope.
just the floor?
Just like this little 4 square area inside this closet.
Before you enter, the floor appears to be magical.
What kind of magical?
Can I tell the type of magic?
If you concentrate, yes, illusion.
It appears to be an illusion. And I'm gonna poke my glaive, the butt of my glaive.
It disappears into the floor. You meet no resistance.
Can I lay down on the floor and then just like stick my head in there?
Sure.
Just to peek?
I'm gonna kind of grab your ankles
Okay, thank you.
and make sure you don't fall down.
Fair enough. Yeah. Easily enough, poking your head down inside. It is dark. Do you have your
My goggles. I have goggles.
With your goggles, you are able to make out what appears to be just a pile of skeletal and variously decomposing remains on top of large spikes set into the bottom of a 30-foot hole.
Well, I found somewhere we could put dead bodies. So I don't think he'd want to be. Actually, he might want to be, though. He seems the kind of guy who'd be into spikes. But makes me wonder if there's something on the other side of this wall here. Why would you trap a broom closet?
Because you don't like caretakers.
Then why have a room for caretakers? If you just
Take
don't have the
care
room
of
to make it very clear that they're not welcome there. Is it like this whole floor, or is there like a ledge I can like if I like stick my arms out through the illusion, is there like a ledge along the sides of the room? I can like
There are
sneak
walls.
around?
There are walls that are about 10 feet apart on either side. But no particular there's no real ledge on the inside, no real way to climb up. You get the feeling this is probably a trap. Probably I don't know. Why would it? Why would?
But what's it guarding? And how do you get over there? Do I have my bag? Or can I reach a cleaning item?
Yeah, well, kinda. If you maybe get Nintaris to hold on to an arm, do a lean out, and kind of grasp out, you can reach one of the side shelves. There's,
Or I'll go grab a piece of rubble from here. I just want something I can throw at the back wall.
okay.
And then I want to throw it at the back wall.
Okay. It ting 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 off and goes down the hole. You
Oh,
hear
that's disappointing.
you hear a vague noise out of the hole.
Oh god. There's something still alive down there. Okay. I'm sure it's fine. It won't be alive much longer.
No, I'm gonna go and pick up a hefty-sized rock from the rubble, and I'm just gonna walk in and throw it down the hole to see if I can make the noise again.
Okay. You hear the sound of like a spike of metal scraping on rock. As that crashes down, you hear the sound of a rock cracking as it hits the top of the metal spikes and kind of eggshells itself. You briefly hear that noise again, and then you hear a wet squishing noise, and the noise stops.
Good. I
solved
solved the
that
haunted
problem.
floor.
Good job.
That wasn't someone that we were supposed to save.
I'm guessing they were probably beyond our help.
You in the habit of guessing such important things?
I mean, when I don't know the answers, I quite often guess. But
That was a
what
lie.
else is there to do? Not for much longer. We just kind of sped it up, I think. I can't imagine they were having the time of their lives down there impaled on a metal spike on top of a bunch of other bodies.
This is a world with healing magic.
Yeah.
Is it?
Do you have healing magic?
I do not, but there are many that do.
Well, we'll keep that in mind for the next one.
permanently.
I'm in the habit of cherishing life and trying to find ways to preserve and help.
Well, I speak up a little sooner next time.
Does anyone have any rope?
Probably. For all adventurers, we should have rope, right?
I have an obscene amount of food.
I have
Me too.
rope. And I will pass you 50 feet of rope out of my bag.
I have a grappling hook. Do you need a grappling hook? Because I have one.
Do we have any of the pittons that the Foggy had on them?
I do.
Let's just smack one into the floor, so we've got a right anchor, and that way we've got a rope. Or do we want to just try and figure out the room?
I can hold the rope for you.
But we also have like these tools we can just use, and then that'll.
If you want. Reminder that I'm a bugbear.
Yeah,
I'm large and
we've
strong.
known you for 20 minutes, and you seemed cross with us for what we just did. So forgive me if I don't want to trust you.
Uh, not cross, merely intrigued.
Well, I'm not sure about how I feel about intrigued persons having my life in their hands as well.
Very well.
As far as I know, this rope and this material, these tools don't have any ill or favorable feelings towards me, so I trust that quite a bit.
It would be odd for inanimate objects to have feelings at all, no?
Yes, exactly. So I trust them.
So there's a python hammered into the ground and some rope tied to it.
Do we want to go down into the moaning hole?
Nurgan, would you?
Do you wish me? By all means.
You seemed very intrigued about what was happening at the bottom.
I mean, I believe I'm going to go down and find corpses now because you deigned it not necessary to find out before taking action. I will climb down the rope.
Okay. Climbing down to the bottom of the rope, would you like to make just a general athletics check?
Hero. Do we leave him down there? We could. He seems very
It's a
weird.
13.
I don't think he's dangerous. He might be useful.
Do you think I'm weird because I thought you shouldn't lob rocks at an injured person?
They could have been undead. They all sound
Yeah.
the same.
All
So-
undead sound the same. Wow.
So, at the bottom of the hole, it is dark. You have dark vision
I have
because you're
dark vision.
bugbear. Glancing around, there's quite a few bodies down here in various stages of decomposition. There are 3 fairly fresh-looking ones, though heavily rocked. We guess you're looking at the body of an elf, a halfling, maybe a human. Hard to tell in the last one. Pretty indecently obliterated by a rock.
How far down am I?
It is a 30-foot hole.
Hey, check and see if they've got anything in their pockets.
Can I lob a halfling?
Yes.
I'm going to try and lob the halfling to the others.
It makes quite the noise as you grab it by the ankle to lift it up off of the spike, and it... So you have a halfling. You're just throwing it up.
Throw it up. So, because I'm a bugbear, I've got an extra 5 feet of reach. So
Okay.
I'm hoping that helps me get it a bit further.
Sure.
I'm also pretty strong.
Yep, if you want to make another athletics check to chuck a halfling, go for it.
It's 18.
A deceased halfling body flies up and out of the hole. If you two are standing nearby it, it very much hits your shoes. It's pretty wet, pretty squishy.
I'm going to investigate.
Is it warm? Like this is the thing we just killed?
It does feel a little warmer than the surrounding dungeon.
Alright, I'll drag it out into the hallway. And check
Alright.
its pockets.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Ten.
You find a dagger at the halfling's side, a set of thieves' tools, and a pouch on their side, and another dagger stuck into their boot.
I'll take the thieves' tools.
Okay.
Just in case I break mine. I don't really need a dagger. Need more daggers. You need a dagger? Or 2?
Do no, I should be fine. I have some daggers.
Alright.
I'm going to rummage around the rest of these bodies down here and see whether I can find anything of value.
Investigation, if you'd like.
That is a 26.
You find 3 days worth of dried rations that haven't been covered in various bodily nonsense. What appears to be a small, like, tom-tom sized war drum. You guess maybe goblin in origin. 2 water skins, 2 short swords, and a heavy crossbow with 20 bolts.
I will bring up the short swords and crossbow bolts. I've taken the rations and water skins, and I'll leave.
Okay.
I'll
Just
come
climb
up
your way
with
back up.
Yeah. And I'll put the swords and the crossbow down. I didn't find anything else of use. I thought you might want to see the victim.
Yes, they look like a tragic victim of an accident of falling through an illusionary floor.
If we find a crypt, we can put them there, I suppose. Otherwise, should we put them back?
Yeet.
I feel like if we leave them here, something might come eat them. It's a later problem. I'll take a short sword.
All right. Equipped with a
You can
fairly
use those.
decent little short sword.
Short sword. Alright, was there anywhere we didn't look yet? The other place was also construction. Oh, we didn't look in the troll room. But otherwise, like,
I'd still
why
don't
does
know
this...
why you would have a trap in a closet.
Yeah, I'm curious about that still. I just don't know what to do about it.
Maybe just a place for whoever made their home in this place, for them to dispose of unwanted guests.
Suppose, but the spikes seem a little unnecessary. Also, the 30 feet, if it's just a place to put bodies, but I'm not sure how to get over to that wall to inspect it further.
I mean, I can reach it. I'm going to hit it with the blunt end of my glaive.
Okay.
I'll hit the three walls just like donk, donk, donk.
Okay.
As he does it, can I listen out for any changes?
You sure
Yes.
can.
Forward.
Let's call that an investigation with advantage, as you're being assisted by Nurgan, or vice versa. Either or can assist. I don't really, not picky on who's assisting who.
28. That was a nat 20.
Beautiful. Looking at it, tapping on it, listening to it. Between the two of you, you manage to find one stone in the very back, tiny, fit between the rest of them, that doesn't match the rest of them. Sounds different, looks different.
Well,
Poke it.
that one's definitely something odd, isn't it? Let me just check.
Do we want to poke the random brick?
Is
You
it
have to
showing
ask.
any sign of magical stuff for my detect magic?
Lightly magical. You get the feeling it's kind of that almost dwarven style of stone magic where it just, when secret doors are made with tiny little levers, sometimes they need a boost.
Can I reach it because I'm long-limbed? The text actually says, when I make a melee attack, I add 5 feet to the reach of it.
I
that mean I
would
can
say, what weapon are you carrying again?
I've got a glaive.
You could just reach it with the glaive even from the door, so I would, because if you reach in all the way, like even with your arm on the outside of the door, if you've got 5 feet of reach on your arms, and then a glaive.
Yeah. I will probably stand back.
I mean, I could
I'm all the way
just
back
poke
here.
it magically, and then no one has to be near it.
Oh, silly me. And I cast Mage Hand.
Okay. Just poke it with the mage hand?
Yeah, while standing back.
Fair enough. As you do so, the wall slides open, and you see a winding staircase going down.
Let's go.
secret.
Crypts are usually down, right?
I'd like to jump over.
Those of you that studied into the dungeon overall before you went down do know that it is made up of levels and that it does get significantly more dangerous at each level. Just for your backstory.
Maybe you should nap first.
There are stairs down. You are more than welcome to take them. I won't stop you.
Do we carry on exploring this floor just in case we find anything useful?
Yeah,
We
that
have
seems like a good idea.
we have a secret thing that no one knows about that we can come back to. We have a definite way down.
Yeah, do we want to check the troll room, maybe?
Yeah.
Or there was a statue.
There was a troll.
Yeah, you want to see a dead troll?
Oh, it's dead.
Do you want to put it in the hole?
Oh, I need to count the troll's fingers.
Hmm.
I have a sticky note over here that says that I do.
Okay. You make your way all the way back to one slightly crispy troll. Giving its fingers a quick count, you count 11.
Oh. Nice. Way to go, you. You grew extra fingers.
Not sure if that was an on purpose thing or troll birth defect or how that works.
Should we investigate the room?
Sure.
Why are we counting troll fingers?
It's part of my mission down here. There's a room we haven't looked at yet if you want to come peek around.
Sure.
As you enter, it looks and smells like a troll den. Various bits of rotting meat, bone, and scraps of cloth are scattered into something that could be called a nest, but it seems to sleep just by kind of laying down on top of this pile of various refuse. You can search through the refuse if you want to smell slightly like a troll for an hour or two.
Can we make the mage hand do it?
Already do.
You could try to use a mage hand.
I'm happy to search through it.
Okay. Can you make me an investigation check? As you take your hand and I assume just mix up the stuff, trying to see if there's anything in it.
Can I use my mage hand to assist me?
Sure. For this specific one, just because it's gross.
25.
You find one still whole piece of stuff in amongst this. It seems to have gotten chucked in underneath of a piece of pot that's turned over. But there is a burglar pack. Kind of looks new, like somebody maybe recently brought it in the city, came down here and lost it. There is a lantern and flasks of oil with it.
Hold these things out behind me.
I'll take them. And then look at them, and if they're not interesting, I'll hand them to Nintaris.
As interesting as a burglar pack with lantern and oil is.
I'll hold on to them.
Alright.
Everything else under here seems to be quite decayed or crushed or otherwise useless.
Bummer. Alright. Did we, like, fully loot Lithagi? I don't remember.
I have no idea.
I don't think we did.
No, you left, like, his clothes on him and stuff, so if he has anything that isn't apparently outward.
I think so. Is there anything else we need to do on this level, or... call it a night? Call it a day?
I would
Call it
say...
a whatever time it is?
Call it a... Let's find somewhere to have a long rest. And I will cook up some food and... maybe drink a lot.
Okay.
That sounds wonderful.
Where would you like to long rest?
do we do it in the temple?
We could. I mean, is it weird sitting around eating and drinking by a dead guy?
Feels like our choice is to sit and eat and rest in rooms full of rotten food.
That's the other
Next-
thing. None of
next
this
to,
seems ideal.
Dead and slightly crispy troll, or next to another dead guy.
I suppose we can go in the temple. A big enough room, we can ignore him.
If we go into the entrance, then we don't have to be that near him.
It's true.
Has it been less than 10 minutes since I cast the template?
Yes.
If I go and those statues and where you've left your friend. I'm assuming this is your friend.
Colleague?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss. May I?
May you what?
Go and have a look.
At him?
Well, and the interesting statues, and I'm assuming basilisk bust there.
You
and then,
did definitely walk by a skeleton of one of those on the way in.
and then stone statues seems interesting. I'd like to go and have a look, but I don't want to be disrespectful to your colleague.
Now fill your boots.
They're already quite full. And I'm going to go down, and I will assume that the armor and the... I'm assuming I get several pings of magic, but...
All the ones that you would expect. Nothing else in the room itself seems to be terribly magical, though there is a slight aura over the whole thing, but that might be from it being a temple.
Does Foggy not have any money on him? Oh my god.
I don't know, you didn't.
Didn't look.
Thought we did. Oh.
I told you what he apparently had on him, and you didn't say you took anything besides, So if you'd like to loot the corpse,
I go back for his wallet.
So, Nergin is going to spend like 2-3 minutes looking around these statues and then come back to you and say, if you didn't know, your colleague has several magical items on him.
We knew about a couple of them.
So there's the ring on his finger, his armor, although there is something peculiar about that. Then there are, I think, 2 items in his backpack.
Well,
Well, we should go look at his backpack at those.
they're not going to help him anymore. They might help us.
My thoughts exactly.
Let's loot him.
For real this time.
Okay. If you all are spending, like, the time to fully loot Lefbagi, I'll just let Rob give you an inventory. The scars do go all the way down if you're taking any clothing.
In intricate patterns. So he has the cat and nine tails. He has 173 gold, 37 silver, and 97 copper.
Why do you have 97 copper just on you?
Why not?
For the poor
Nobles. God.
You gotta have something to
No.
pay the poors.
people, when they do a favor for you, just like, have a copper, and then they're all like grateful and stuff.
I can still hear his voice.
He has the armor. It's leather armor.
And if you choose to further inspect anything, let me know so we can do arcana checks and stuff.
You do find something quite weird, which is a case. Very beautiful case. And you open it up, and there are 9 glass vials, 2 of which seem to be full of some red liquid.
Two of them got blood, got it.
There is a ring on his finger. Is one of you picking that up?
Is that the ring we found last time? The fertility ring? Oh,
No.
then maybe, yeah, we should probably look at that. I don't know if I want to touch anything he has.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
Okay, you mage hand, you pull off this silver ring. Glancing at it, it seems to have almost a shield motif on the front of it, while you have it in the mage hand glancing at it.
I would like, while it's being held in the Mage Hand, I'd like to see if I recognise it or anything on it.
Okay. Add
That
some
are-
arcana.
22.
Yeah, this is probably a protective ring, probably something like a real ring of mind shielding.
Kinda, we could sell.
This ring stops people from pestering you in your head.
Man, I would have loved to have that yesterday.
Would you like it now?
Sure, I'll hold on to it.
Have a ring of mind shielding.
Thank you.
So as
Would
you
you
take it, you hear a voice. Go ahead.
Oh god.
Would you
Is-
get me out of this fucking thing now?
I will take it and throw it. I will yeet it.
It just bounces around the inside of the temple a little bit.
He's in the ring. He's
gave-
talking to me in my head from the beyond.
I'm gonna run over and grab the ring.
I forcibly
Get me
remove
out.
it from my inventory.
Forcibly.
Who? Nantaris, is that you? Is that get me out of this damn ring now?
Unfortunately, Notaris isn't available right now. You're talking to his PA. How can I assist you?
Get me out of the ring. I do not care how you do it. Get me out of the ring and I will give you all the gold in my vaults. Get me out of this thing.
How?
I have no idea.
Okay. Bye for now. And I'm gonna pop him in my bag of holding.
And suddenly it's quiet in everyone's head again.
So, Kuro, the weird voice in the ring says Lothargi will give us all of his eternal wealth forever if we get him out the ring.
Did it say how to get him out the ring?
No, he said he didn't know how, so he's in my bag.
Oh, okay. You can keep that one actually.
Sorry, is something wrong with that ring?
There's a asshole in it. We'll take care of it.
I'm assuming you're talking personality, not physiology.
Honestly, I don't know. It could be both.
I mean, his ego was big. He may have needed a depository for it.
Fine.
Do you want to hold the ring?
No, absolutely not. I'm not having arguments with myself. As much as other people may wish to see that. It's like when, as a DM, you have to roleplay multiple NPCs talking to each other. Other things you may find. He has 2 bags of caltrops. He has a bell, a blanket, a candle, a crowbar, a flask of excellent sherry.
You want that, Nantaris?
Oh, yes, I can make some decent food with it. And or drink it.
He has a grappling hook, a lantern, 2 sets of manacles, 2 things of oil, 5 days of rations, some iron spikes, some string, a whetstone, and a water skin.
The rations and the water skin.
The armor is leather. If anybody does decide to utilize that, also let me know, because it is one of the things that your friend Nurgan described as magical.
Nurgan, would you be able to see like what kind of magic is on this armor here?
Yes.
Please?
Detect magic.
Yeah. You just concentrate on it as you still have your detect magic, and concentrating on it for a few minutes, you know what it is. I'm not gonna.
Nurgan knows exactly what it is.
Even if you don't know exactly what it is, I'd say you get the gist of it.
I'm not really sure how to say this, but it's not cow leather.
Rats. I knew it.
Something a bit more humanoid, I think.
As he's holding it up, there is almost in the leather this kind of pulled face, as though someone had been stretched across it.
You think he made it himself?
Definitely magical, though. Powerful.
Can I have that ring for a second, please?
What happens if we both touch it
I've already touched it.
at the same time?
Did we both yell at him?
Yeah.
You could both try.
Have you
Were
found
you
a way?
wearing people?
Oh, the armor. That's
Is your armor people?
Dude, people, why?
Treat that with respect. That is my great-great-grandfather you are handling.
I let go.
I'm touching your great-great-grandfather.
Treat him with respect, or believe me, boy, I will flay the skin from your body.
Oh, will you? And how? You're in a ring.
And if you want to be the richest person in Waterdeep, or one of them, you will get.
I found you in the dungeon. I could give you to die. I'm gonna put him
You
back.
think that's how many platinum do you think he's worth?
Before there's a response, I'm just gonna drop him back in the bag of holding.
That's.
Should we leave the armor here in the temple?
I'll put it in the bag of holding. It's a relative. It could be alive. You healed it. It went funny.
Do you touch
I
it?
did heal the armor. I didn't.
Is the armor alive?
Do you touch the armor?
No.
I'm gonna nudge it with a foot.
You're not Lethvargi.
The armor
No.
says that?
There's a very scratchy voice that it reminds you a little bit of Lethvargi, but it's not him.
No, Lithvargi's dead. He's an asshole. How can I help? I'm Nantaris at your service.
He's dead. My heir is dead.
Yes, he's in a ring though, and he talks to me, so I keep him in a bag.
You must bring him back. It is of the utmost importance. He has a task to perform.
What's in it for me?
I am unsure if you are stupid or willfully ignorant, but
I will put you in a bag of holding. I will leave you here forever.
I am a suit of armor. I can't give you anything.
But then it can't be that important to you. Because you're just a suit of armor.
Do you know who we serve?
No. I don't really care.
I was High Whipmaster of this temple. The temple to one of the most revered and powerful gods in the realm. Aiding one such creature, one such bastion of cruelty and delight, will bring you rewards.
Yeah. I could just put you in a bag of holding.
Is the armor? Can I hear this, or is it just him touching it?
He's just talking out loud. You don't hear anything, but you do see that his foot's touching it.
Are you talking to a froggy?
I'm talking to Granddad.
What does Granddad want?
He said he used to whip people because he liked it, and he said that
runs in
we
the
would
family.
get a lot of help from, or we would be very good if we did the thing and got Lithvargi out the ring, and I think that, to be honest, I might just put him in the bag of holding.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe they could talk to each other if they land on each other.
I'm really too tired for this right now.
I could use a drink.
Okay.
And as I put the armor in the bag of holding, I am just going to rapidly. So did you know that Alderdeep is secretly down below the yawning portal, and just to drown out the Grandad as I shove him in the bag of holding?
You hear a, of course I know, as you let go.
Called it.
It goes quiet in everyone's head. As it does so, outside of the room, you can hear a vague scratching noise. Doesn't seem to be coming closer, it just sounds like there's something happening in that outer manticore room.
Hopefully it's not our slightly crispy friend getting back up.
He
I'll
did.
go peek at it. I'll just kind of like go to the door and look.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Come on, Jeb.
So,
How's Jeb doing?
He's dry.
Jeb's looking pretty dry. Glancing out here, you see what appears to be about 5 mops moving of their own accord, as well as 5 brooms and 5 buckets moving around the room.
Fantasia.
Freed them.
They appear to be cleaning the manticore area, just sweeping up all of the various buckets of filth and things like that. You can already see one section of the floor that they've cleaned looks like brand new dungeon floor.
I'm gonna
Suppose
run out
that's
and grab a
fine.
bucket.
Okay, it wiggles.
Oh, yeah.
It wiggles upsettedly in your hand.
Listen, look, shush, you're important to me right now. I'm gonna run back and fill it with water from Lithvargi's water skin and dump Jebediah in it.
All right, there is a rather large octopus. You can just see the top of his head and all 8 tentacles coming out the side of this bucket, but he is in a bucket. The bucket starts to kind of move with the octopus inside of it, and you watch as the octopus uses a few different legs to hold onto the bucket and lift itself up, and it kind of awkwardly toddles off towards the corner.
Yes. Best pet. I think we sleep.
I think that's a good idea.
I agree, but I wonder what has triggered this cleaning.
You could open the cleaning door.
We killed everything, including the moaning floor.
True. Well, as you may have worked out, I have access to various spells. If you wish me to prepare any on this rest that you think may be useful for tomorrow, please do let me know.
I think I might be changing some things around as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're able to get in a long rest. The sound of cleaning stops about 2 hours after it began. Otherwise, it remains quiet in this area of the dungeon. It does seem like you all very effectively cleared this little subsection.
Let's go.
The Foggy would be pleased.
He would be. So excited. His whole temple so clean right now.
And take healing word. Just in case.
So, is the plan after you all wake, change around your spells? Are you going down? Further in? Up?
We go down?
Or
Make us
we
lord of this
explore.
temple? Explore this level or explore down?
If we explore, we kind of went past a lot of things to get here, and there could be things that could help us further down.
I suppose. It was
It
just
just-
the room of statues and then all those vampires. Right?
You pass the vampires on the way in. There was another hallway that led off from that, as well as the normal hallway that adventurers take that you all eschewed at the very start.
I am just here to, I assume, aid you.
I would assume that too.
I'm not sure why you're here, but you're here now, so you're here now. But we could keep looking around up here if you like. Or I'm curious to know if the stairway down is still part of this temple or if it's something new.
You can make a history check, an investigation check, kind of depending on what you're trying
best
to.
at? Not history. We'll do investigation.
Sure.
Have you told
18.
Nurgin what the armor said?
Which
I
bit?
haven't.
About who the armor is?
No, I just referred to it as Grandad.
Fine.
All right. So, with the 18,
18.
yes. Glancing at it, the stones appear to be pretty similar to the original temple. Hearing descriptions from people who have been down here before, if you had to guess, this is probably part of the original temple structure that may or may not be a less known of, less used passage downwards. Most of the levels of the Mad Mage once sat above ground, including this temple, but slowly but surely things have occurred, and it is now underground, so its staircase likely extends into more of the dungeon itself, and if it's going down, likely going down to the next floor of the dungeon.
My
I'm kind of
advice-
curious to go down. Sorry?
My advice is always to make sure you are ready for the next steps before you take them.
Well, it's hard to know if we're ready if we don't know what's down there, unless we go check it out. We could always come back up, right?
If that is what your destinies have in store for you, then that is what we should do.
I don't know about Destiny, but I'm curious to know what's down there.
You can take a quick peruse down the first 30 odd feet of stairs if you just want to get a feel for what it starts to look like.
Sure.
Just go ahead and make a perception check if you would like.
25.
Okay. You start seeing a lot of very thick and sticky looking spider webs beginning to cover the entirety of the tunnel as it goes down.
Every time it's bloody spiders, and I'm terrified of them.
Big spiders down there, guys. What do we think about big spiders?
I've fought them before, and I am still here.
Do we think we're ready for big spiders, or should we see if we can find a big fly swatter or something?
Can any of you cast any fire magics?
Not me.
It's a shame. I also cannot.
Shame.
I can cast the bones and see what that direction has in store for us.
Cast the bones?
I will reach into a pouch of my belt and pull out some very sort of carved and so they're kind of bones which have been carved, and like inside the carvings it looks like kind of precious stones in the bones. I can cast these and see if the fates have any information for me.
So you're asking God which way to go?
Nothing so trivial as a god.
Who am I to stop you from playing with your toys?
I'm going to cast Aubrey. And I am going to so I receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take. Oh, I won't do this now. I'll do it in the morning.
Okay.
You have to take it with you. It has to be the plan that you direction path you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. I didn't realise that.
Okay. Well, you all did spend the evening inside of the temple, so it is kind of morning-ish if you want to go ahead and do that as, like, the start of your day.
Basically, yeah, after the long rest, I'll do it.
Sure thing. An omen. About...
So, the DM chooses from the following possible omens. Wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad results, nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad. The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that may change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss of or gain of a companion.
Hey, Bones, which way should we go? Good.
If I cast the spell 2 or more times before completing your next long rest, there is a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you get a random reading. DM makes that roll in secret.
Yeah. On the subject of how would it go if you were to go down the stairs, the response is very much a mixed bag amongst the bones. You can see some really good stuff and also some very questionable things.
The bones are tricky today. They say
Imagine
that there will be trials and tribulations and potential for disaster, but also boons and, I would assume, treasures and great events that may happen.
But it didn't say which way we should go.
You cannot expect the universe to give such plain answers.
Glad I didn't pay you for this.
I have an idea. I'm gonna pull out the armor from the bag of holding and be like, "Oi, old man. Very simple. There is stairs down. There is a door going back out of here past lots of armor. Do you know do you know anything about this? Is it similar to when you were alive, or not alive, or whenever you are?"
There were stairs out the back of the temple when Lethvagi's great-grandfather was alive. They previously led to a black market type of area that existed fairly early on in the dungeon's history, but you have no idea if that's still true or not.
What do I get in return if I give you this information?
So, I'm gonna make this really clear. You are just a suit of armor. Right now, I have your heir and you in my possession, and right now, right this second, I could throw you in a bag of holding and throw you down a spike pit, and you would be lost forever, regardless of the consequences that happens to me. My lady will protect me. As it stands, you have to help me more than I help you, because I get nothing out of you saying you'll help me beyond some weird mistress saying, yes, maybe I'll do something.
I have sat in a crypt for longer than you have been alive, waiting for my destiny.
Okay, I will tear you up into tiny little pieces and feed you to my octopus. You will be dead.
That is
Again.
true.
Help me, I help you if I can. If it's within my power to help you and or your heir. You help me, I help you. It's a good deal.
You agreed to try and help Lethvagi.
I am saying, you help me and my friends. I will do, if it's within my power, I will help you and your heir. If it's within my power, I will endeavour to try and help you.
Then we have an accord.
Wonderful, we have an accord that I'll endeavour to try and help you. Thank you, and I'll put it back in the bag.
What do you say?
I'll tell him the answer that it was a thing before he shoves me into the bag.
That's fine.
So I've just made a deal that I will try and help Lethvagi and the old man out of what they're in.
I mean, Lethvagi said he was going to give us a lot of money if we help, so...
Yeah, and to be honest, I think
opposed to helping. I
He
quite
was-
like money.
it was a pain, but there's money, and there's a really old man in a bit of armor, and I feel uncomfortable with that, and I kind of want to help him. And anyway, apparently, before the temple was as is now, there were stairs that went down into a weird market type thing, like dodgy market type thing, that may or may not still be there, and or there may or may not be lots of loot down there.
Dodgy Market sounds kind of fun.
And we have a lantern and a lot of oil. I'm saying we pour the oil down the stairs and burn them.
We don't even know if anything's down there to burn.
True. Throw a cup down. If it moans, then we'll burn them like the pit.
Sometimes these, whatever the fates have in store for me, they give me some confusing people to work with. But maybe we should investigate, have the flasks ready for if the spiders attack. They may just be cobwebs. She'll
Then
have to
you could burn the
see.
cobwebs, that's fine. If you're really hankering for a burn in something.
Well, my opinion is just that we shouldn't just lob oil down the stairs and light it, as my
No, I agree.
companion said.
Oh, that's boring, but okay.
He's one of them.
Sometimes boring can be okay when you past 24 hours or
Actually, yeah.
what
Let's,
they were.
should we go carefully for once? I think we might. I'm
I am being careful.
talking more to myself, but okay.
Oh yeah, go
So are we going down or are we going out?
Down into the deeper into the abyss.
Who wants to go first?
I can, as long as you're not going to throw oil at me and then burn me on the stairs.
I would never.
I am.
Oh, I'm honored.
I am happy to go down first, as I can see in the dark, and I have by the looks of it, the only melee weapon.
Where are you? I'm not gonna stop you from meeting the spiders first if that is your destiny.
Indeed, I am always excited to find out what is in store for me.
Me too.
And I will go down the stairs
Okay.
quietly and sneakily down the stairs.
Alright, can you make me a stealth check?
How's Jebediah doing this morning?
His
Bucky's still there.
The bucket is still there. It appears that any time it has tried to leave, Jebediah has held onto it. So, awkwardly, there's an octopus desperately holding onto a bucket of water that is about half empty. It looks like he drank/breathed a fair amount through the night.
I'm gonna grab the bucket and carry it with me. I'm
Okay.
assuming it's got a handle.
It does. It wiggles a little bit while you're holding it. That's kind of awkward, but besides that.
Remind
got-
me when we
we've
sleep
now
and I
got-
can make water.
A sentient ring, a sentient bucket, and a sentient set of armor.
No, we have a magical bucket, a sentient ring, and a haunted suit of armor which belonged to a whippy man that used to run this temple.
I'll take that. Yeah, 14 stealth check.
Okay. Hold on just a second.
Here's where we go into an area we are not ready for.
One way to find out.
Okay.
Quick save.
Okay. Let me pull up this. Okay. Does. Well, I assume that an 8 does not hit you, Nurgan. As you step down through the spider webs, trying to be quiet, one of the spider webs on the wall seems to open almost like a flap, and you watch as the spider legs out of it as it just makes its way through the through the side of the tunnel, coming towards you. And perhaps your horror is what saves you as you immediately pull back and away from this thing. You see it just stop just at the edge of its trap door that it has created in the side of this thing. You can see maybe there was a room behind it once that it's kind of built its web into. But it just back in, the legs sliding back into where it was.
I'm going to have nightmares tonight. Thanks.
You went down the spiderweb hall.
I
You
know.
went for me.
But I can't make my character have my same phobias. That's not
Yes, you can. You made the character.
You literally can.
I'm going to ready my glaive and shout up. The oil might be a good idea.
Well, in Taurus, it's your lucky day.
I'm going to kind of start backing up the stairs again.
Okay.
I was attacked by a giant spider coming out of some kind of covered den.
Were you?
I think burning the webs might be a sensible idea.
True, however, we are underground, and while your idea of burning the webs is a wonderful idea, where's the smoke going to go? Probably in our faces.
Wait a minute. This was your idea, and now you're the one who's shooting it down?
It was never my idea.
Make a deception check.
Right?
Gaslighting me?
Is gaslighting a check?
Roll for gaslighting.
Look, it was my idea, and it's a sensible idea, I think. However, where's the smoke gonna go? There's no ventilation shafts.
It'll smoke out the spider. We could just set the fires and go back up and wait for a while.
How far down did the spider try and eat your face?
About 60 feet down the hallway. Stairway. Your mic's muted, Rob.
Yeah,
It was.
There we go.
that's weird. About 60 foot down.
Why don't we just try and fight our way through?
Sure, you were so gung-ho about this fire thing. I thought you would be happy to know you could do the thing that you wanted. But yeah, we can also just stab it. That's fine, too.
But also, what I was kind of thinking that there could be a lot of loot down there, and I really want to find some books and don't want to burn them. Like, Kuro, you've known me for a little over 27 or 36 hours at this point. My brain will often tell me to do things that, in hindsight, probably aren't that sensible.
And?
So, you know, like, I want to set fire to the spiders, but at the same time, maybe, we could just blow them up with spells.
Suppose. Be my guest. As long as we're able to get through.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Oh.
Go on.
From what I remember, there may be creatures that can't be seen in these parts. Is it useful if I make myself able to see them?
Yes.
Very well. I'm going to cast See Invisibility on myself. For an hour, I can see invisible creatures and into the ethereal plane.
Okay. There's a scrying orb right behind Kuro's head.
Did you know that you're being watched?
I'll look at Nantaras. He's like, yeah, he does kind of stare a little.
No, there's a scrying orb.
Dexel?
Dexel!
I'll try and look for my orb friend.
It's pretty empty space around you currently, but he did just say he could see invisible things, so.
What did we have over him before? Do I still
Blanket.
have that? Where is he? I'll get out the blanket. Where is it?
I will kind of point with my glaive to where it is.
Okay.
I try and throw the blanket over.
You chuck a blanket up, it falls down over seemingly some sort of round spherical object.
He came back! Oh, Dexel, I missed you. I'll start tying the rope again for my balloon friend.
They, potentially useful information. I can do the same thing. Hence why I know what it is. If you block it from seeing, they may be able to hear still. Just so you're aware. Oh, do we know who may be watching us?
No.
Yes, bearded man.
I just think he's fun to have around.
We're not worried about being watched, no?
Your whole life is a performance.
And you can't
You've
see
been used
us.
to being watched.
There's a blanket over him.
My whole life is a That is one interpretation, I suppose, yes.
What would happen if we put the armor on the orb?
You
Would
can
the
wear
armor
it.
be able to speak to the orb?
That is not a question that I ever want to have to answer.
Unknown.
One way to find out. One way to find out.
Just try putting all the magical items together until something blows up.
Do you have a bag of holding and a bag of holding?
We can get rid of this dungeon real quick.
So, shall we go down? It's about 60 foot. We're gonna go blah 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 at the spider.
Sure. You're not upset with this loss of life, Nurgan? This is okay?
They are not. They are not already injured and helpless and lying at the bottom of a pit.
No,
So-
they're just
so I
minding
think-
their business.
I
In
think
their own
this-
homes.
I think this may be a fair fight to take on.
So you'd rather be a home invader? Okay.
Let's go.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
Nurgan, you know where it is. So if you want to lead them down there and purposefully stop far enough away that you know it couldn't reach you that one time, so that they can try to get an early surprise round in, see if the problem can just be taken care of, you're more than welcome to.
yeah. So I'll do a similar thing, and kind of like as we get down there, I'll be like, it's there. Whenever you're ready, I'll give it a knock.
Is there can I like hide amongst the webs or anything? Duck into a shadow or to hide?
If you reach out to touch any of the webs, you get a distinct feeling you don't want to spend too long touching them. They're kind of sticky. It's pretty much just a winding stairway. You can move up like maybe 10 feet away from where Nurgan is standing, so maybe roughly 15 feet from the spider hole area that you've been told exists, just kind of around the corner.
Would that count as hiding?
Yeah, it's better than plain view hiding.
Sure, I'll do that then.
Alright, if you want to make a stealth check.
29.
Very nice.
I would like to prepare an Eldritch Blast so that if I see it pop out, I'm just going to fire into its face.
Okay. So there's a prepared Eldritch Blast. Your friend Nurgan has the
Me.
go ahead.
Yeah. So my plan is to like touch where it came out with the glaive, wait for it to come out, and then hit it as hard as I can.
Okay. Just as horrifyingly as the first time, it emerges once more, all legs akimbo as it exits. It's headed towards you all in general, if you would like to do anything.
I mean, I'll do my attack.
Go for it.
I'll
hit it?
Eldritch Blast it as well.
One Eldritch Blast, one attack.
I would like
I'm-
to attack also.
Welcome to.
I'm going to use my first portent die and make the attack a 21.
Amazing. Definitely hits.
And that does. Of course, I rolled a 1, but because it hasn't taken its turn in initiative yet, I roll an extra 2d6 because I'm a bugbear.
Yay, bugbears.
So that is 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay. The first cleave into the spider occurs from Nurgan, followed by Kuro. You were making an attack, and I think I saw an 11 down there to hit on the Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Eldritch Blast does miss. It does catch a good chunk of spider web, which disappears, kind of breaking off a piece of its trap door around it.
Clean up the place a little.
Pa-pow.
Did I hit?
What did you roll?
16?
16, yes, you definitely hit.
Alright, so I will roll the regular and then sneak attack. So 14 regular from the hand crossbow,
Okay.
and then another 10 sneak attack for whatever that I've already forgotten the numbers.
How would you like to very quickly end the spider as you 1-2 strike it with Nurgan?
I'll just aim for an eye, the arrow.
You aim for one of the larger eyes amidst the cluster of that situation happening there, and it seems to cease moving, sees a little bit, and kind of drops to the floor where it is, leaving a very spiderweb covered interior sort of room open behind it that glows with a strange purple color. And that's probably where we'll pick back up next week.
That was good.
You're not dead again. You didn't get murdered immediately again.
Yeah, I know. They thought about it.
They did.
Thought about it.
Can we blame them? Well,
I mean, I did name my character Nurgin the Mad, so you know.
you did. It's true.
It's
Well,
fine.
thank you everybody for watching. We have a Kickstarter going right now. Gold Mountain Games, just search it up on Kickstarter, Mythalion Zine 2 of our Salt Reach Isle series. So please go check it out. Just follow it if you want. That helps too. You can also share it. We are on every sort of social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, etc. and so forth. Thank you for joining us this evening, and we'll see you next week.
Lovely. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Within the heart of the rainforest, a song rings out through the trees. Whispers, carried on the wind, leads us further in, ever closer to the ancient elven bastion. Soon, we shall dock in Mythilene, Ishiro's blessing. Home to the forest elves of Oscana, Mythilene is a wondrous natural vision of cooperation. Lively and vibrant, the city seems as though it grew from bark, vine, and stone rather than shaped by any mortal hand. We shall find more than mere vistas there, my friends, much, much more. The Franciscan Rangers and their biting axes that whistle through the air, mighty magics from the Elden days, and so much more. Can you hear it, my friend? Mythilene calls. Will you heed its summons?